The U.S. military struck another alleged drug boat in the eastern Pacific, killing one person. The U.S. Southern Command says it targeted a low-profile vessel that was, quote, transiting along known narco-trafficking routes. The Trump administration's intensifying campaign against what it calls narco-terrorism comes as it continues to ramp up pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. The administration is also threatening to start strikes on land. So joining us live is CBS News national security contributor Sam Vinograd. Sam, thank you for your time today. What do we know about this latest strike?
Let me start with what we know, Mugo, and then I'll tell you what we don't know. What we know is that since September 2nd, the administration has conducted at least 29 of these strikes, which have impacted at least over 125 people. What we don't know is which narco-terrorists were on this quote-unquote low-profile vessel and what they were transiting. When the military is referring to a low-profile vessel, that is likely referring to the fact that this was a submarine or semi-submersible vessel. So a lot of outstanding questions about what was specifically on this boat, but it is part of a pattern since September 2nd.
All right. And Sam, a Venezuelan oil tanker seized by the U.S. nearly 2 weeks ago is now being anchored just off the Texas coast. So what is the U.S. planning to do with that ship? And how is the blockade on Venezuelan oil increasing the tension so far between the two countries?
Well, President Trump has said that the United States is considering keeping that oil and putting it into the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve. The United States has seized 2 tankers since the first seizure on December 10th and is still in active pursuit of a third. Now this quote-unquote blockade is just the latest in a step of escalations against the Maduro regime, and unfortunately could lead to some unintentional or intentional confrontation between the U.S. Coast Guard and individuals aboard these tankers. While sanctioned oil and sanctioned vessels are being targeted for the most part, as far as we know, there is a risk of escalation unintentionally or intentionally, Mugo.
Yeah, and this is something I'm sure we'll be talking about into 2026. Sam Vinograd, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.